as it's a road game for the Trailblazers in this one. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And one of the guys we'll be seeing in this one, James Harden.
He's gutsy. That's what I really respect about him. It seems like the more pressure there is, the more he enjoys the moment. So he is the guy you want taking the big shot at the end of a game.
And Steve, he's earned a nickname that's familiar to anybody that's followed basketball, the microwave. There's no slow build-up with him. All he needs is one shot to go down, and it can set him off, turn him into a real scoring machine. He cooks with gas, not electricity.
The Celtics are looking to grab one here for the home fans in Boston before heading out on the road. Now here's Killaszit. Shoots. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Rose. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to Phoenix. Back to Bradley. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession.
Not many teams, guys, in the East did very well against the West last season. And that in mind, you could call Boston's 14-16 record against the conference better than most.
Now here's Rose. Blanche sets the pick for Rose. The shot is off. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, guys, the head coach for the Portland Trailblazers gave me just a couple of minutes. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Rose. Six to shoot. Back to Fareed. From about 16. Tries to save it. And it's Portland with the rebound. And for the Celtics against the West, even in the shortened season, they were having a lot of trouble with some of the bigger lineups, Steve. More of the up-tempo teams out west.
Well, the Celtics were old and a little bit small, too. Kevin Garnett played center last year, so they played a lot of small lineups. And when you're small and you're old, sometimes, that's going to cost you, particularly on the road.
Good. Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game, a loss to the Bobcats. Here's Rose. Fareed slams it home for the putback.
Was there any doubt what he was going to do with that putback? Flush it down.
Oh, that's some energy we just witnessed right there.
That's the kind of energy you need on the offensive glass. That's the only way to get it done.
Now, here is Harden. The kick out to Dang. Plenty of space. The shot is off, and it's Boston the other way. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
Well, last year these teams split the two games they played, something we see so often in these interconference series.
Bradley dishes to Fareed. And Bradley gets it to go on the assist by Fareed. And that'll tie this game up.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
On the wing, Dang. Back to Killaszit. A three. That doesn't go either for Collison. Steve, you alluded to the two games they split last season, and that really is the case, isn't it, Clark? When two teams see each other so rarely, you can often throw out the records.
Oh, yeah, you're exactly right there, Kevin. That's a definite. I mean, you're just not sure what you're going to get from those games.
Now Harden. Darren Collison missing from long range. Back to Dang. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Feeds it to Harden. Off the left rim and out.
That's one he knows he should have made. You look at Harden's career, he was a gifted scorer at Arizona State, but with a slow start in his rookie season and playing with two of the best players in the league in Oklahoma City, People seem to forget that he's always been a player who can light it up.
Lock at 6. Goes off the pick from Blatch. Rose passes to Blatch.
Boy, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
Yeah, there was a lot to like on that play.
Outside Dang. Shot to end this cold run. Derrick Rose grabs the miss. And James Harden, the first ever draft pick by the Oklahoma City Thunder after the move from Seattle, certainly. To see him go so soon in his NBA career as he was reaching stardom had to be tough for fans, and we know, Clark, certainly for his teammates.
I agree wholeheartedly there, Kevin. And think of all the fans who wore fake beards on their faces, even buildings in OKC with beards adorning them. So Harden wasn't just a great player. His image was almost a mascot for the team as well.
Well, look at Steve, Clark. He's got the fake Harden beard on right now next to us. I mean, geez.
Beard the beard.
Now here's Rose. Harden missing his last shot. Rose kicks to first.
Let's go! Oh, down there. Man.
Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
Yeah, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again.
Now here's Sanders. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Well, I think Larry Sanders is one of the most improved players in the league, guys. I don't know where you stand on it, but, you know, he led the league in ejections, too, with 5. He's got to control and manage his emotions a little better.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Spates is checked in. Back to Sanders, who said he's taking steps to keep his composure, not getting to other players and feel the wrath of officials. Those technicals are piling up.
Well, Kevin, he's already made some nice strides in his approach to the game, just eating right, getting to the gym early. You really have to learn how to become a professional, and I think Sanders has made that next step.
Rejected by Ariza. They get it back. It's stolen by Bradley. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. It's stolen by Bell. Outside Williams. He kicks to Bell. Wide open. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. And it's a tie ball game. Williams against Rose. It's stolen by Bell. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And finished off by Williams. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
Well, a lot of basketball pundits, so to speak, would like to eliminate lottery book protection outside the top 3 from trades. They feel it gives teams too strong an incentive to tank. You look at the Blazers last season, they owed their pick to the Bobcats if it was 13th or lower, and they finished the season 8-26 after going 500 at that point. So maybe a little suspicious.
Now here's Stevenson. Stevenson off the pick from Crowder. Stevenson passes to Rice. Kept alive. Sullinger. A second chance effort.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Defensive foul. Glenn Rice. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
Williams gets a screen from Spates. Pass to Lewis. Rebounded by the Celtics. Ron Clark going back to the Blazers. They finished the season among the worst defensive teams in the entire league.
And that's where they've got to improve, Kevin. They did a decent job denying looks on the perimeter, but they didn't get blocks or steals, so not a real force defensively. And among the worst in fast break points and points in the paint as well, so they clearly have some areas they can shore up. You knew that at some point the window for the group of Celtics that had won a title was going to close. I mean, it was inevitable, but last year seemed like they were going to go for one last hurrah as they added some depth and looked to reload for another run.
Now here's Williams. Biedrins a screen. Off the pick. Here's Spates. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Maurice Spates.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
And getting back to the Celtics and Rondo's injury, a lot of people expected them to start the rebuilding process. Ended up standing pat at the deadline, Steve. Even though there was, it seemed a lot of interest.
You know, you want to give that group, KG and Pierce and Rondo, you want to give them another run. And they had their last hurrah. They didn't get it finished. And now you start the rebuilding project. So a lot of trades, a lot of movement over the summer. But I like the fact that they gave that club one more run.
Trailblazers leading by 3. Outside Williams. Aja Bell on the wing. Now the feed to Lewis. From outside the arc. Jared Sullinger grabs the board. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Wright with it. Rashard Lewis covering. Rice. He's guarded by Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Kept alive by Boston. Beadrich with the steal. A minute 50 left here in the first quarter. And Lewis backs down. With the fadeaway. Beadrich dishes to Spates. The pass to Beadrich. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Excellent work on the offensive boards.
Went after that rebound hard and quickly turned it into a putback jam. Beautiful work.
And those are the types of plays that have put them in front in this game.
Stevenson off the pick from Crowder. Pass to Rice. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He feeds it to Sullinger. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Well, Blazers coach Terry Stotts is a branch on the tree of head coach George Karl, and that's a pretty good tree to be on. In his playing days, Karl coached Stotts in the CBA, and actually Stotts had a pretty good career in Europe.
Good on the shot. Bell's got 5.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Right side. He dishes it to Crowder. Softly drops in the floater. Crowder's got his first 2 points. And for Terry Stotts, after his playing days, he coached as an assistant under George Karl, both in the CBA and then with the Sonics and the Bucks.
And over 2 decades of coaching experience, Kevin. This is his 6th season overall as an NBA head coach. When he coached the Hawks as well as the head man. But I thought did a nice job with Portland last season.
And the Celtics making a change here. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Yeah, he has to be frustrated by how his offense is flowing. And I can't blame him. You know, they're getting good looks out there, but the shots just aren't falling.
That can get into a team's head if it goes unchecked, continuing to miss good shots. So this timeout might be a way to combat that.
For the Trailblazers, Sanders comes in for Andres Beadrich. Montage Gibson is subbed in for Maurice Spates. Here's Larkin. The offensive rebound. Here's Maxiel. And Gibson with the block. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first. And Wright kicks to Larkin. Outside Bradley. Boston again missing. Here's Dang. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. Portland out in front. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
And the key is you look at the steal totals for this team. They have really put good pressure on the offense.
Well, you know what? Pressure can lead to pilfer, and pilfers can lead to points. So we've got the 3 P's: pressure, pilfers, points. Get it done.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, Taj Gibson is out there with Sanders. And there's Collison, then it's Harden, and it's Dang in at the 3 spot. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Guys, it might surprise you that when James Harden was back in college at Arizona State, he had an influence you might not guess. Former NBA player and coach Doug Collins, who often visited Phoenix. Harden said, quote, "He taught me a lot. He mentored me, told me I had to have a motor. I was nonchalant, just sort of chill. My sophomore year, the reason I came back to college was to learn to build my motor up. He was the reason for that." Guys, always great to have that kind of guidance along the way.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris.
He's really dedicated himself, and we've seen the results on the court.
You know, at 33 and 49 on the season last year, the Blazers were well below 500, but they were a 500 team against the Eastern Conference.
Now, here is Harden. Back to Dang. Ariza covering. Fades. Dang with the bucket. And the Trailblazers lead by 2. Portland, as you said, was 500 against the East last season. They were 15 up and 15 down. You know, you look at how other teams with that record fared against the East, and Steve, 500 isn't bad.
Well, usually when you finish 16 games under 500 for the season, as the Blazers did, you don't go 500 against either conference. But you know, they happen to just have a good matchup, apparently, with a lot of their Eastern opponents, and they did pretty well.
Now Harden. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. Dang passes to Harden. Back to Dang. 5 on the clock. That's good. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
And guys, Deng has developed into a very good shooter, especially off spot ups or maybe one dribble pull-ups. He's got range. He's developed that out to the 3-point line, but he really likes to go to that mid-range area. 1 or 2 dribbles into the paint, he'll rise up and shoot right over the top.
But you know what I like about him most, Steve? Dang is a very well-balanced player. He does a lot of good things offensively, but he's just as good at the defensive end. He's a big key to his team's tough defense.
Andres Biedrins is checked in for Larry Sanders. Maxeel with a screen on Harden. Outside Rose. Ariza outside. The dish to Bradley. Nailed from 3-point land. Bradley's got his second bucket of the night. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second.
You know, Avery Bradley missed the first 3 months of last season after undergoing surgery on both shoulders, fellas. I mean, when Rondo went down with his ACL tear, Bradley stepped into the starting point guard role, and I thought performed very well.
Rose with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Dang. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
And for Bradley, a tremendous defender, and Steve able to defend either the 1 or the 2.
Well, he's listed at 6'2", but he has incredibly long arms and quick feet. So he's strong enough to guard bigger players, but his best attribute is putting pressure on the ball. It's a nightmare just trying to bring the ball up the floor against Bradley.
One of the best on-ball defenders, wouldn't you say, in the NBA?
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, it's always strange to see how a team will react when they lose one of their biggest stars. Last season, the Celtics were thought to be dead in the water when Rondo tore his ACL, but they actually rallied and went on the winning streak after the injury.
Celtics trailed by 3. Harden against Rose. And it's Boston with another.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Well, Clark, as you said, with Rondo and the Celtics, they would go on to win the next 7 right after his injury. And overall, Steve played better than expected the rest of the way.
Sometimes that's the way these things go, Kevin. A star player goes down, everybody else kind of steps up, and instead of feeling sorry for themselves, they use it as a rallying cry. And all those role players for Boston really picked up the extra slack, and I thought they made a great push to end that season after the Rondo injury.
Now here's Rose. Harden missing his last shot. That is good.
Now he's finally starting to get it going here offensively.
It's a close game here in Boston. Collison dishes to Harden. Harden gets a screen from Beadrinch. Another miss by Harden.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Al Harden. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Well, let's take a look at where Boston ended up, Kevin, last year in the league ranking. It was 6th in field goal percentage, 6th in free throw percentage, and they were in the top half of the league in steals as well. Pretty impressive.
And you talked about the shooting in the top 10 in the league in terms of field goal percentage. And that really bodes well when you're a team that's trying to play together. I thought this team was really well coached. They worked the ball offensively to find good shots. And for most of the season, they looked like one of the best shooting teams in the league to me.
Now, here is Bell, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Lewis kicks to Williams. It's off his foot. And they're saying he kicked the ball. And Stevenson's checked in for Avery Bradley. Celtics on D. 3-point lead. Kicks to Spates. Back to Williams. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Williams has got 5 points so far.
Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
Here's Rose, and it's Boston with another.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter, and just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Jared Sullinger's checked in for Boston. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Dishes it to Ariza. Stolen by Lewis. And now running up the court. Lewis pushing it up. And Williams throws it down.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game. A potential momentum builder.
Rose. Powered down with both hands. Savage. That's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Yeah, especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Pass to Williams. Williams gets a screen from Spates. And Bell kicks to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Lewis outside. And here's Bell from the arc. Kenneth Faried pulls it in. Fareed's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Kevin, thank you. The Celtics, with the departure of Doc Rivers, going young at their head coaching position. They signed Butler University head coach Brad Stevens, 37 years of age. He may be young, but he's very accomplished. He won an NCAA Division I record 166 games through his first 6 years at Butler, a winning percentage of over 77%. And the Celtics are believers in his ability. They gave him a 6-year contract. Guys, they're confident he is the one to lead this team into a new era.
They all rave about his work ethic. Thank you so much, Doris. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Guys, it's no surprise that a young team like the Blazers found it difficult sledding on the road. Not quite the experience or edge needed to put together good performances on a nightly basis away from home.
Harry Sanders is checked in for Portland. Now here's Killaszit. Harden outside. Lets it go with the 3. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 3 assists in the game. Well, for the Blazers, statistically, they played as close as you could ask for as to when they played at home, but they didn't really have the roster to protect the rim and Steve forced turnovers, which is always a big help on the road.
Yeah, their interior defense was a problem last year. A lot of teams just ate them up, particularly when Portland would go out on the road. That's one of the reasons they finished 11-30. You have to be able to defend at a high level to win away from home.
It's Harden with the drive. 14 feet away. Another miss by Harden.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Now, here is Harden after the miss from Stevenson. Harden kicks to Collison. Money from the wing. Collison's got 5 points now this quarter. Mark and Steve, 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back and coming back, back and forth, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen a game with so many lead changes this early on.
Now here's Rose. He's got 13. He passes to Sullinger. The Celtics need to get a shot off. That's good. 15 points for Derrick Rose.
Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving.
Here's Harden. Another miss by Harden.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
I tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
Collison against Rose. Collison, the pass to Dent. Offline with his 3. Now Rose. 15 points in the game. Takes the lead pass. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
Now that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
And we're through 2 here and a good one. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. 15 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
Yeah, he really is. He's always looking to make the passes. Head up, eyes up, trying to find the open teammate.
Derrick Rose is out there with Avery Bradley. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then it's Blatch. And it's Fareed in at the 4 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And that one's good. 17 points for Derrick Rose.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
For 3.
And that's now 7 points for Luol Deng.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Rose in the post. Sanders covering. Ariza with the bucket.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there. Well, Trevor Ariza is not really a great offensive player, but defensively now, that's a different story. He's a stopper. He's got good length and athleticism. And I like the intensity he plays with. This is a guy that only played 1 year of college basketball. He's made a nice career for himself in the NBA.
Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for James Harden. Coming off an excellent season last year, 5th in scoring, 7th in steals, and he was very solid from the foul line, closing out the year among the top 20 in terms of free throw percentage.
And Steve, he was definitely one of the most reliable, efficient scorers in the NBA. His top 5 ranking put him right there in the ranks of the elite scorers.
Now here's Rose. He's got 17. Feeds to Bradley. The 3. Here's Blatch. Soft touch off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Celtic lead.
Boy, you wonder what the score of this game would be if they weren't pulling down all these rebounds.
Love what I'm seeing from them in the paint.
Harden outside. Looking to get back on track here.
Yeah, and he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty. The way he can blast his way straight through traffic, he's really strong.
And he also is incredibly adept at running the pick and roll. He almost always makes things happen when he instigates that play.
Watch backing down. Buries it down low. Watch has got 7 points. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Harden against Bradley. Outside Collison. Back to Harden. Shot from the wing. Rebounded by the Celtics. Watch has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Trailblazers trailed by 5. Poked away. Stolen by Fareed. Gives him the lead pass. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his second.
Good strength there. Just barely off with that attempt.
I don't think you can fault him right there. A lot of contact on that one.
For Boston, they have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Well, pretty good numbers for this club a year ago, Kevin. 78% as a team from the free throw line.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Andres Biedrins is checked in for Larry Sanders. He kicks it to Collison. Stolen by Rose. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And Rose throws it down hard. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
Dang, double teamed. It's off his leg. And it's whistled a kick. Spates checked in for Portland. Harden dishes to Dang. Buries it from 3-point range. Dang's got 10.
Something's starting to click for this team, guys. You can feel it. The three-pointers are dropping. Their offense is flowing.
They've had a great second half from long range.
Crowder kicks over to Watch. Biedrins on him. Watch backing down. Fended by Biedrins. Lock at 6. And it's Andres Biedrins with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lewis is checked in. Now here's Lewis. Back to Bell. Passes it to Lewis. Again, the Trailblazers score.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
And so it's Boston with it. Rice passes to Blotch. Biedrins on him. The pass to Rice. Gets an open look and hits. Trailblazers trailed by 6.
Guys, the Celtics went from being a powerhouse in the East and middle of the pack last season, but they still protected their home court as well as anybody. Easy to find inspiration here with the parquet floor under your shoes and the banners hanging over top. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Well, those could be an important 2 points, too, guys, in a close game like this one.
Now a timeout called by Boston. You do have to love the parquet floor here, as you said, Clark. Pride certainly a factor last season, as the Celtics were able to finish, Steve, with a 27-13 record here at their home.
And even though the Celtics would end up just as the 7th seed in the East, you knew they would control their home floor just because of their veteran experience, their talent, their coaching. So they were really able to ride that home court into the playoffs.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Sullinger with the ball. Stevenson. He's guarded by Williams. Doubled by Biedrins. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
Now, here is Bell. He has 5. Williams gets a screen from Spates. No one near him. Misses off the left iron.
Major defensive lapse right there. He's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now, here's Maxiel. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And the shot is good. Trailblazers trail by 6. Bell dishes to Biedrins. Back to Bell. The feet to Biedrins. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Bell's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
Now here's Stevenson. He's tightly guarded. Sullinger with a screen for Stevenson. Leads him in there. 5 to shoot. And stolen by Spates. And Williams, here we go. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. And now just a 2-point Celtic lead. Pass to Stevenson. Count the bucket.
This has really become an intense ball game ever since halftime.
Boy, the effort from both teams here, Steve, is terrific.
Outside Williams. He feeds it to Bell. He dishes it to Lewis. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Stevenson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Now, here's Stevenson. And that one is hammered home. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Lewis with the 3. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Celtics ball.
A chance here, Kevin, to check out how the Trailblazers ranked in the NBA last season. 6th in free throw percentage. 15th in scoring. And as far as team shooting percentage, not really a strong suit for them. They were in the top 20 and tried to compensate for that lack of shooting with better defense.
And this is a good shooting team, Clark. It really shows in their free throw percentage. You mentioned they were in the top 10 in terms of free throw percentage as a team last year. And I think it's important for this club to really attack offensively. When they do get to the line, they tend to knock down their free throws, and those easy points go a long way.
Williams kicks to Lewis. Back to Williams. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Gibson's checked in.
Now you look at Shane Larkin, the son of Hall of Fame shortstop Barry Larkin. He said he's been working his whole life to get out of his father's shadow, and now he's got his opportunity. He's a great player at the University of Miami, led his team to the best record in school history as a sophomore, an ACC championship, and a Sweet 16 berth.
That's his 2nd personal foul.
They set the pick. There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Harden for three. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 5 assists tonight. And back to sugar, as they call him, Shane Larkin. 5'11" in shoes, Clark.
Yeah, he plays much bigger, an elite athlete. How about a 44-inch vertical, the second highest ever measured at the combine? But can you play? Yes, he can. This young fella's got game. Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
Collison kicks to Dang. Outside Dang. That's good. Dang's got 12 points in the game.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game. Didn't matter that he was surrounded. He was the guy who muscled everybody else out of the way to get that board.
For the lead, and that's 2 points on the layup. Tang's got 10 points here in the second half. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Portland out in front, up by 1. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And the other thing they're doing is they're forcing turnovers and then converting those miscues into points at the other end.
And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. They've got Collison. Sanders out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's Dang, and it's Harden in at the 2 spot. Here's Larkin. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
A great blend of scoring and passing. Larkin can really shoot it with range. He's a poised ball handler and distributor. A little on the small side, but very quick.
Not only is he quick, he's extremely athletic. He bounced to a 44-inch vertical in the pre-draft combine, so this kid can get off the ground. And he's phenomenal in the pick and roll. He can create open looks for himself, and his teammates can shoot if you go underneath it from deep, or he can get in the lane off that pick and roll. Very crafty there.
Now, here is Harden. Open shot, Dang. That one's good from the corner.
James Harden.
Dang's got 12 points here in the second half. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Here's Larkin. Kicks it out to Bradley. 4 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Sanders. It's Harden with the drive. And it's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Now here's Ariza. Offensive rebound. Great D that time from Collison. Trailblazers leading by 3. Harden outside. Elbow shot. And Kenneth Faried pulls it down. Faried's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. The dish to Harden. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. And that's now 19 points for James Harden. Larkin kicks to Ariza. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
Ball stolen. Larkin, the pass to Brandt. And it's blocked by Harden. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. The Celtics making a switch here. Rose is checked in. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, Ariza no luck.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
To the paint. Here's Sanders. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Trailblazers lead by 4. Celtics shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. Rose with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got 21 in the game.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Kicks it to Killaszit. Launches it. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. For the Trailblazers. Andres Biedrins is checked in for Sanders. And Spates subbed in for Taj Gibson. And here's Rose. Fareed setting the pick for Rose. Fareed, a screen on Harden. 6 to shoot. Bradley dishes to Rose. Here's Ariza. That's short off the rim. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Back to Dang. That's good. Dang's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Outside Rose. Bangs home the trifecta.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
Harden outside. Shot off the pick. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And a nice jump for their offense in the second half. They're now up above 50% shooting for the game.
And Steve, it's no surprise to see them in the lead. I mean, when you score efficiently like that, you keep a lot of pressure on the other team.
And it's Rose.
Hammer time! Hammer time! Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, startling that he'd even try that right now.
Jason Maxiel's checked in for Andre Bloch. Now here's Williams. Lewis on the way. Back to Williams. They get the rebound. Spates kicks to Biedrins. The kick out to Williams. Lewis left side. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists tonight.
Well, they haven't gotten much production from him, but they remain in the lead.
Now here's Rose. Back to Ariza. Shoots it. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Back to Williams. And it's Kenneth Fareed with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Well, for the Portland Trailblazers, a new training staff hired over from Oklahoma City. They let go of their previous trainer who'd been with the team for 19 seasons. Fair or not, I think the seat got hot after all the injuries that were really devastating this team.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, the head coach for the Celtics, had some instruction for his guys during that break. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night. You have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
And for the Blazers, statistically the most injured team in the NBA, Clark, from 2009 through 2012.
And the new training staff is advanced in not just injury treatment, but injury prevention. And that's key, using strength bands, recording baseline measurements for muscle strength and flexibility, even using Eastern medicine. So they're not leaving any stone unturned.
On the basket by Rose.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Williams against Rose. Ripped away. Now here's Stevenson, tended by Beatrice. Stevenson passes to Crowder. Williams against Rose. 6 on the shot clock to take the lead. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And that's now 6 points for Jared Sullinger.
That's purely a hustle play there. Getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in, well done.
And that's, a quality you see any strong offensive rebounder possess. And we saw it right there.
Yeah, it's the anticipation more than anything. It's understanding where that ball is going before anybody else on the floor does.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Looky here. How about that one? That play. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook for future reference.
Perfectly done. He put it on a platter for him.
Sure did. And how about the touch on the finish, too? That was really nicely done.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Well, good timeout, guys, because, this has been a bad run for them. He's got to get his team back on the same page and executing well together.
Sometimes just getting to stop in the action can be enough to get a team back on track. There's something about that little pause in the intensity of the game that lets you refocus.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Harry Sanders is checked in for Beatrice. Montage Gibson is subbed in for Rashard Lewis. Outside Rose. There's 1:54 left in the game. Now here's Stevenson. He's covered by Killaszit.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Sullinger working against Sanders. Sullinger dishes to Fareed. Stolen by Collison. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Harden with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Harden kicks to Collison. They get it again. Tries again. No good from Gibson.
Hey, I like creativity in the circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Rose against Gibson. And it's Rose penetrating. It's good!
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Collison, the pass to Harden. Dishes to Dang. Steps back and shoots. Buries it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, what a basket, and at the perfect time.
How about the courage and backbone of this guy? Wow.
Now here's Rose. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Here's Harden. Oh, no good. And Gibson kicks to Harden. Outside Collison. Buries the triple.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Now timeout called by Boston. They're losing by 1. 6 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
Well, and you've got the luxury here of running a play, so you want to do something that you're very comfortable with.
Absolutely, Steve. I mean, no need to panic whatsoever. I mean, they're in a very good spot right here.
For you to know it's a rap. You said you was king, you lied through your teeth. For that, villains, instead of king, crown your king. And to the fans, I never let you down.
Ariza kicks to Rose.
He gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home.
Yeah, but he got a little lucky getting away with it. That could have very easily been called a technical foul.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least,